XRP is backed by Ripple Labs, a company that is acclaimed for creating a slick payment solution that can grow to become the most used payment system in the world, and it is getting close. The foundation of the crypto XRP is pretty deep, with it being decentralized from Ripple Labs, but is being put to use by the company's revolutionary payment platform to facilitate faster and cheaper cross-border transactions. Ripple XRP is now facing a grim lawsuit with the SEC breathing down its neck. Welcome back to Make Money Online. If this is your first time around, be sure to click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Today we'll be looking at what the SEC lawsuit means for XRP holders. Risks of regulatory tightening will be important for the crypto market in the coming year. The influence of this factor may grow due to the active development of digital currencies by central banks. Regulators do not want to weaken control over cash flows, so they will strongly resist the spread of cryptocurrencies. The specs of this attack seem more like a general attack on the crypto industry, and it might just become more difficult for crypto developers to thrive in an unwelcoming industry, especially in the United States. The company believes that despite the severity of the SEC's indictment against Ripple Labs, the result of the trial could be benevolent. There also remains the chance that Ripple could be forced to become an SEC reporting company, and XRP could be reopened for trading on Coinbase and other trading platforms. XRP's predictive potential has been reported by analysts in all shades, especially with a lawsuit of the Stock Exchange Commission on Ripple over the status of XRP as a security. It was initially thought about how far XRP might fall if the story holds and the SEC wins the $1.3 billion lawsuit and XRP becomes a security, but it's becoming increasingly clear that that might not be the case. Still, Ripple is putting measures in place to counter this lawsuit by preparing to defend itself and the crypto. Some analysts consider the odds pretty low. Things will get noisy with the price underperforming. If XRP ends up being designated as a security, it would very likely render the asset untradeable for most crypto exchanges and industry participants. This has led to some pretty massive sell-off of the cryptocurrency by investors, and this further demeaned the value of XRP. A court decision is still a long way off. Grayscale and other investors could accumulate more XRP if the litigation turns out in Ripple's favor. By buying XRP at a low price, investors could take advantage of the price of XRP returning to the level it was last year, at about 46 cents. They don't intend to ever sell off the XRP. This is encouraging coming from an organization like Grayscale, and several individual investors can rest assured that there are so many more benefits coming from investing in XRP. As against the trend of a selling frenzy, XRP is still giving out good vibes, which suggests that the coin may be down but not out. The situation surrounding it may not be normal, but it also requires a less than normal outlook to dealing with it. The position of XRP's coin is unique, and it presents a never-seen-before opportunity that is rare among top cryptocurrencies. Do not stall. If you're interested in buying XRP, you should be prepared to go for the long run. It's gradually planting its feet in the ground across the financial sector of many countries, signing a potentially lucrative deal with central banks across 6 continents, covering Europe, Africa, Asia, and North America, and others. The price of XRP is expected to grow across the quarters of 2021 into 2022. Investors are currently stacking up large amounts of XRP in their wallets, and there is no limit to how much XRP you can choose to buy. There is more than enough assurance of XRP's security and potential for growth, as seen over time, as it's earmarked as the fastest growing cryptocurrency in the world. Aside from its cross-border swift transactional benefits, the fact that it can be used for exchanging other cryptocurrencies into liquid form will add to its characteristics. Ripple XRP's fanbase can find joy in its return to a new high following its current circumstances. Having bought so much into the XRP dip, some might be looking to offload some of it in the cryptocurrency market at a slightly higher price than they bought. In 2021, XRP is expected to attract some very heavy investment from some institutional investors whose announcements will lead to a major boost in the price of XRP. However, its group of investors has remained faithful, calling for reforms by the government to get the SEC off the back of the company. While exchanges are still looking to delist the cryptocurrency, more people are still buying into the dip of XRP, anticipating a major rise despite the ongoing lawsuit, which is expected to last for years. The US SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple, its CEO, and its chairman for illegally selling unregistered securities worth $1.3 billion. The SEC said Ripple illegally marketed XRP to retail customers. The failure to register the XRP sale constitutes a violation of federal securities law. On top of that, the company also allegedly received services including labor and market making in exchange for the XRP offering. Larson & Garlinghouse also orchestrated personal unregistered sales worth $600 million, the SEC alleged. Concerning the XRP price patterns, analysts expect that endless collaborations will be entered into with more financial institutions, and the $2 mark could be touched by XRP at the time. XRP against USD will do a pullback at the support line before going to the upside. Here you can also see an asymmetric triangle, which is also a decisive area. This confirms the price heading towards the 26 cents area, and below it's unclear when or which level it will bounce back to again. This chart shows another triangle inside a flag was created, and is trying to move above the upper line of the flag. Some people are unclear or fearful of the direction of XRP. Based on the chart, it's respectfully following the pattern lying on the support level. Whatever happens, we'll still stick to the pattern it's creating, and as of this moment, we're still on track towards achieving our target. Once the SEC issue lightens and the delistings are over, we'll see a full blast of XRP. To what price, we can't really say, but we can look forward to the myriad of opportunities it would open to us. The determination of Ripple Labs to fight the SEC, who is desperate to tie the company to the affairs of the cryptocurrency, serves as a pretty encouraging kickback. It offers a degree of hope to current investors as well as new ones. Investors are currently stacking up large amounts of XRP in their portfolio, especially with the price being kept down at around 24 cents. There's more than enough assurance of XRP security and potential for growth over time. It might right now be a minefield for short-term traders, but it's an interesting choice for long-term investors. Oracle Times has recently predicted that XRP might go up as much as 2,000%. They also added that it could be possible only if Ripple becomes the best choice for cross-border payments by financial institutions. Who knows, it is a realistic long-term scenario. A survey conducted showed that about 85% of its original investors are still rooting for the coin. It's easy to understand why this is happening, because the coin is the most promising crypto in the world today. Technically, the broad use to which Ripple can be committed has made it an attractive venture and further convinces investors of its massive potential. XRP is experiencing huge selling pressure, and it will continue to drop further, but the price is becoming more bullish, and we're now showing signs of short-term recovery as well as possible long-term rise. You don't have to have millions to own XRP. You can start little by little. A single dollar can be enough, and you can just get more as time progresses. XRP remains one of the top altcoins, and this is expected by many hodlers. We may see a new all-time high of the market, but for now, there must be a small correction before we reach the peak again. I would rather prepare my funds now and wait for my entry level, because the market still can't guarantee a continuous pump. But pay little heed to the several news and criticisms launched rather as campaigns encouraging people to sell their XRP. On the question of whether to buy or hold XRP, we can look forward to regular updates on popular news and prediction sites and maybe check out some more charts online. This will offer more of an assurance amidst the events right now. In the meantime, it really doesn't cost much to buy into XRP as we look to add more to our crypto portfolio. With deals and more institutional investors on the horizon and its potential difficulty in procurement, it's all seeming to align towards a major growth spurt that could change people's view of the crypto. You can hold out on your stash of XRP as you await a much more favorable term. A sell now is anything but profitable. Ripple's case calls for calm rather than panic. Panicking will make you miss out on the possible turnaround that could still follow XRP despite the lawsuit. XRP still is a currency until proven otherwise. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click on that notification bell. Are you planning on investing in XRP, or selling, or holding? Let us know your answers in the comments below. While you're here, go ahead and check out one of the videos on your screen. See you next time.